Hello and welcome to the last part of prison. And last part of prison, I'm just going to show you is two maps because we have a interesting skip coming up on the map after this one. But continuing through here, getting right into it, I'm going to shoot this guy, and he tends to drop HP because we're really low at this point. I blow this open to get these two SMG nades, and then I try to jump through this window. Then what I try to do is I try to jump over this like that. But if you can't jump over that, that's perfectly fine. You can come over here and get a bunch of HP. You can probably take as much of this as you want, really. And then you can do an SMG boost over. Either way is fine. As long as you get over this wall. And reminder, break that box. You really want to break that box. Okay. So once we get here, we have a couple options. We can do the faster in-game time but slower in real time by just putting this box inside ourselves and save loading like that to save load ourselves all the way down here. But that's slower in real time. You could also do this strat where you basically just put this here and you just sort of get to like the left side of this poster and just crouch on it. Well, if you do it right, of course. Maybe a little bit further to the right, but yeah. There you go. And you should land there like that to get down here. The other strat is just to come down here and just run down the stairs. And you won't lose any HP. There actually is a way to like not lose HP by clipping to the floor like that. But yeah. You just want to get down here. So continuing on. You come down here. We go through this door. And then this room's actually really easy to skip. There's like some weird puzzle here where you have to like get a bunch of those and like make like a bridge or something. I don't know what you're actually supposed to do here, but and just jump over this railing, walk along here, jump over here, and go here. And you just sprint and jump across and crouch like so. Pretty simple room. Continuing on. And going through here, I break these boxes while I run in here. So I'm running in here just to get these two bits of armor. And what I do is I clip through this wall. And what clipping through this wall does is skips a trigger that makes these guys wake up. Which is like right there, so you don't necessarily have to do that. It's just that there'll be a zombie that spawns here and he'll get in your way. Yeah, furthermore, continuing on, just run up these stairs. So what we're going to do here is we have this path blocking us. So what we're going to do to clear our path, the most effective way to clear our path for this is just going to shoot an SMG nade just like straight in the middle of this wall, like in between there and there. And what that'll do is that'll actually make it so that this file or this like cabinet or whatever just sort of bounces off to the right without sort of like staying in your way. But if it doesn't get out of your way, it's fine. It might you just have to wait for it to stop moving and you can just jump through it. Yeah, and there's some armor, which we're going to take in that box. And we're going to come through here. So here's a pretty big difference between ghosting mod or source unpack and the Steam version. So the Steam version has way more HP and like so much more HP and stuff on this level. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and there's gonna be these two SMG nades. These two SMG nades are on all versions of the game, but this box and this HP and ammo does not exist on anything besides this version of the game. So you can go ahead and take it if you're on the Steam version. It actually saves a little bit of time. It makes it so you don't have to take a bit of extra HP on the next map, but yeah. You just be sure to grab those two SMG nades that spawn here on all versions. So you just really want to get those. These are very important, actually, for City 17. So you really have to get these. So once you're in here, you can just come around here and clip through the ground like that. So here's another difference coming up here. You don't have... This isn't the fastest way to clip, by the way. I just sort of jump around the corner with a little ASH strafe into the barrel. If you can't do that, you can sort of walk into it. There's these guys that spawn can like shoot it and mess it up. So you could just save load down if you really have to. But yeah. Flip through the floor, and then level load will actually be behind you, so you have to kind of walk backwards and then walk back forwards. So now, more differences between the Steam version and not the Steam version is that Alyx spawns on this map on the Steam version, which I'm currently running on, of course. So when Alyx spawns, it can make stuff a little bit inconsistent for this map. So this room's going to be dark, so you're just going to go down this way. Just go down the hallway like so. Just keep your flashlight on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through here and I'm just going to kill like a couple of these guys, and this is just going to be on the Steam version. Just so that she doesn't die. Because she dies, the game ends. So come up the stairs, and then I'm just going to take some HP here. If I wasn't on the Steam version, I would take HP here until I'm at like 50 HP. Or maybe even more if you're feeling it. Because we're going to be doing some boosts here. Hey, Alyx is pretty fast, actually. But yeah, after that, I can jump through the wall like that, which is very precise. You basically don't want to... Well, I didn't save, but yeah. You basically don't want to hit this thing when you clip through this wall. Just barely touch it like that. Or you can just run down here and just, well, yeah. So, there's a couple options here. We can do this skip, but this skip's kind of complex. So, I'll show you the non-complex version first. So if you want to not do the skip, but the skip stays like 2 minutes, by the way, so it's really useful to do it, but it can be inconsistent if you're very new. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take a chair and just clip through here like this. And then just run in here. And that'll start this cutscene early. And then you don't have to really do anything until the elevator comes all the way back down. If you want to do the skip, jump through this wall, and then what I do is I grab this, make sure it's like facing like I don't know, was that straight along like this, like the direction I'm facing, so I can just easily put it inside myself like that. And we're gonna get into this corner right here, not this corner, but this corner. And we're just gonna put this inside ourselves. Hold crouch all the way, and then put it inside yourself like so. Then what you're going to do is you're going to look at this texture on the wall here, like sort of at the top of it right here. You're going to right click, release it like that. So I recommend making a hard save before you do this. Like make a backup save of like a different name before you do this. Because it can mess you up, so yeah. Save load in the floor, like that. Make sure you're fully crouched, otherwise it won't put you in the floor. And then look at that, like the top left, and then we're going to grab a nade, release it while still looking at it, like so. Like you're going to be looking at this the whole time. You throw the nade, you grab it, and then you release it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for like this texture on the ground. I'm going to look a little bit to the right of it, like about there. And now we have 1891 speed in the top right, as you can see. And this will get us through this wall. So this actually has another thing we're going to need. So we're going to save load once to go through the wall, and then we're going to lower our FPS. So to lower your FPS, you're going to bind a key to reload FPS max 30. And this will set your FPS max to 30. You can't just do FPS max like in Half-Life because it requires you to like not be loaded into a map for whatever reason. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, you bind a key to that, and then you just bind another key to set it back to 300. Which I just have it bound to insert and delete, but you can bind it to whatever you want. I'm pretty sure I have this in my list of binds. So yeah, after we save load once, we lower our FPS to 30. Which puts us back to where we just were, except at a lower FPS. And what lowering FPS actually does is makes it so you go more, further upward when you do a save load, when you have like sustained speed. So we're just going to save load a couple times. And then our goal is to be inside this turret room right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a sequence break by grabbing 2 of these turrets. So grab one and then get out. I should explain this too. Is if, here, I'm going to have to redo it. Is if you get, like, sort of next to the turret room and you can't, like, actually grab the turret, what you can do is you can just raise or lower your FPS to sort of, like, move a bit. Like, change where you were. So, like, let's say I went too far or something, I can just press my 300 FPS and I'll be slightly back from where I was. But, yeah. Once you go through here, grab one of the turrets, save load some more until you're out of the floor, and then set your FPS to 300 or whatever, as long as it's not over 1,000. All right. Now that we're in here, Alright, time is kind of the essence, so I'm going to make like a save here. So, what you're going to do here is you're going to get on this windowsill, and you're going to get all the way into this corner to where you hit this side here. And then you're going to see the corner of this turret, and you're going to grab it. So you can grab it through the wall by doing that, which is very weird. So, like I said, what that does is that performs a sequence break, which causes the holdout sequence, or like, it causes the elevator to move down, as in like the elevator or the teleporter to recharge or whatever. It starts that by touching the two turrets, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, the elevator is supposed to start moving down after that happens, but now it's actually moving upwards. So it's going to be moving upwards while the cutscene happens. So our goal here is Mossman and Eli are going to go teleport away. But in order not to soft lock, the teleporter actually has to be all the way at the top. So we have to delay the cutscene somehow. So what we're going to do to delay the cutscene is we're going to place a prop onto this console here. And then that'll make the cutscene freeze for a bit until we're ready to continue. And I'll show you the visual cue for that in a second. Alright, so we're going to get the prop. So this door is going to explode. And there's only one prop that works for this, and it's this one right here, this shape. And I'm just going to do AI disable for this just to show it off. So you got to kind of do this fast. You can also kind of kill two of these guys before you do it. Make sure you only kill two. I recommend at least killing the shotgun guy and one SMG guy. Like, you want to at least leave one alive. It's very important that you leave one alive. But yeah, come over here, grab this one, and we're going to stand it up vertically by just letting it fall on the rail like that. And then now, so the position we want this to be, and how I get it into the position, is I sort of set it on the ground, and then I just sort of left click like that. Like, I sort of wait until it hits the ground, and I sort of look down a little bit, and I just left click, which kind of gets it in place. That's a little low, so I'm just going to kind of just throw it in place like that after it's tilted. You basically just want it so that you're basically going to like surf on it to where you like can't stand on it, where you're only like surfing. Basically make it like a surf ramp essentially, and make sure it's like on the center. You gotta kind of sort of feel it out like when it'll work. But yeah, so I'm gonna load back here with the AI turned on. So this guy can be annoying. Like he's running out like this. I don't know why he's being like this. So you're basically going to stand in front of him to intimidate him, and he'll eventually start walking backwards. So we'll see if we actually delayed the cutscene properly here in a second. So they're going to go through their cutscene. I might have actually messed it up because I had AI disable on for a bit, and I didn't load back the right save. So if I mess it up, then I'll just load back a bit. But yeah, you're basically just going to keep standing in front of this guy, and he'll eventually walk backwards. Also, Alyx likes to shoot at him sometimes. There we go. Alright, so here's the audio cue. So Mossman's going to say, Eli, I was so worried about you. And then she's going to turn to face the console. And if she freezes in place, then you did it right, and the cutscene is frozen, which is exactly what we want. Wow, you just killed Eli through the wall somehow. Alright, so let's see if we got it. We got it. So if she freezes like that, you did it perfectly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to basically keep an eye on this guy. He actually walked over here. So what you can kind of do is you can just kind of walk behind a wall and then like go back into his field of view so he turns towards you. So yeah, the visual cue to continue. So because of my AI disable shenanigans, the visual cue started relatively early from what you're gonna say. So, like after she freezes. So the elevator is gonna turn white like so, and then it's gonna flash some different colors. And the second time it flashes red, we're gonna remove the prop from the console. So we're just gonna watch it. There's one red flash. It'll turn blue, and then it'll turn red again. And then second red flash, and then you remove it and let the cutscene continue. And if you did it right, you will not soft lock, and you will get the skip. So you're just gonna kind of keep an eye on this guy. for a bit here. And basically once they teleport away, you can do whatever. What we're going to do when they teleport away is we're going to grab this HP and armor, and be sure to grab every bit of it. We're going to need all of it in C17. Alright, so what's going to happen is the elevator is going to get to the top, they teleport away, and then the elevator is going to come down really, really fast, skipping the holdout sequence. Like so. And while we wait for that, we're going to get all the HP, just by holding E and flicking our mouse left and right to grab both at the same time. Grab as much as you can, all of it. And now we're going to get inside the elevator. So we can't ride elevators, so we actually going to have to boost up to get into the level change. So we're just going to stand in here, and we're going to let the elevator go through us. So we're going to let the elevator go through us like this. And when the elevator gets like past like, yeah, it gets past like this little part right here, we're gonna SMG or nade boost up. Use a regular nade and an SMG nade and time the jump to get up here. And you're just gonna stand up. Don't crouch here, otherwise it won't teleport you. But yeah, there you go. And now we're in City 17. So yeah, now we need to escape this. Also, if you didn't do the skip, you still would have to do that boost in order to go to the next level. Yeah. And, yeah, once you're in here, we're just gonna, well, do that again. Whoop. I didn't wait for it to go up enough. Okay. Like so. And then now we have the AR2, right? I forgot to mention that you're going to have to get the AR2 in prison. So you actually pick it up in some place in prison, like Prison 02, I believe. Yeah, Prison 02, you pick up the AR2. So we're going to get the AR2, and if you break that box that I told you to break, like near the start of the tutorial, you should get a orb as well. Like at the start of this tutorial video itself. So you're just going to go through here, and you're going to enter this map, like so. And we're just going to skip out of this by jumping to the right, and then jumping on top of Alyx's head. And jumping over. It's kind of awkward to get it. If you can't get it, it's fine. But yeah, it's just a minor little skip to get out of here. And yeah. Now we're in City 17. So, finally getting close to the end of the game. We're on D3, which is the final D in the game. I think it stands for day 3, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next part.